Anime on Location, and we're here with Chris Ayres. Hello.
Hey, sweetheart, how are you doing?
I'm
I got a little
awesome.
bit of frog in my throat, so I don't normally sound like Tallulah Bankhead, so.
All right, well, let's get right to it.
Sweet.
So, it's been a bit since the last time we saw you. It was
January.
OhioCon 2013. How have you been?
I've been doing really well. I've been super busy. I'm trying to think. I'm just working nonstop. It's almost to the point where I don't have a personal life. But, I've done several cons since January. A ton of new projects coming out. Things are still going good with my girlfriend, so I got to mention her, so.
Of course. She's a peach. So you now work for Sentai Filmworks, and it's a great mix of talent and actors. It's been picking up a lot more titles, so how are you handling all these new titles coming in?
Well, like I said before, I work nonstop. No, we've got a ton of really exciting things coming up at the studio. I've been really fortunate this year since January. I picked up a ton of amazing shows that I'm so crazy about some of them. I've just found out what my next 3 shows are, and I can't talk about them, as usual with this. But sorry, I had a hiccup. But I'm really excited about the new stuff. This summer there are several new shows that I have coming out that are so excited about. So yeah, I just work nonstop. I come home and I start prepping shows and I work on budget, and I still manage. I've got a couple of shows that I won't miss. I will, I'll always tune in Saturday night to Doctor Who, so I'm not going to miss that. So, yeah.
Well, tell us about Dusk Maiden of Amnesia.
Yes, now we're talking about the actual shows. Dusk Maiden of Amnesia is this amazing love story and ghost story. It's ghost story, love story. It's the only way. Several of my shows I'm describing this way are very delicate. It's very sweet. It's got so much heart. Some stunning performances. Some absolutely amazing, amazing work from the actors. I'm not going to say who's in it because they got to buy it. I'm going to talk about who's in some other stuff. But yeah, it's so gentle and at the same time very funny and very sad. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. I don't think it'll scare you because it's not that kind of ghost story. It's not a horror, but it's very sweet and very gentle. Just like I said, some stunning performances. I will say Emily Neves, it just blew me out of the water on this show. I've always been a fan of her work. I love working with her, but her work on this show is just breathtaking. It's really nice. So.
That sounds amazing. I can't wait to check that out. And another series that you can talk about, how about Colorful?
Yes. I want to talk about Colorful. Colorful, I don't want Colorful to be confused with the series, which was very naughty and very risque. Colorful is, I don't want to give too much away because the story is so beautiful, but it's about someone who has died and gone up to heaven, and they've gone to a waiting station for heaven, and they're given a chance to try to figure out what their great sin was that will keep them from going into heaven, and they're thrown into the body of a middle school student that's tried to kill himself, and has indeed killed himself, and a new soul is put into this body, and he not only has to figure out what he did wrong, or she, the character also has to solve this little boy's life. And it's got things about loving life, about not giving up on life. It's got a huge thought that there are people in your life who support you, who are there for you, and you in turn, whether you realize it or not, are there for other people. Whether you realize you're a support for them or a sense of encouragement, that you are, and that's something that most of us don't think about. And then on top of it, there's this really wonderful anti-bullying message, and it was, you can look at the show and see that it was very personal to its creator, and it's a movie. It's about 2 hours and 15 minutes. It is so worth it. We did a screening 2 weeks ago at a movie theater in Houston with a bunch of anime fans, and it was amazing to sit there hearing them cry. And and it's very interesting. A lot of, and it's not all sad. There's a lot of happy and a lot of funny, but there are some people that will turn in performances that you never expected them to. Greg and I were talking about that. Greg, my brother's playing the lead, but like Carly Mosier plays his mother, and it's completely different from anything you've heard Carly do. Brittany Karbowski, who normally plays our sassy, feisty little chicks, she is this shy, timid, scared of everything schoolgirl that is just, she's almost scared of life itself. Clint Bickham, who plays Sao Tome, most people have not even recognized him. The work is David Wald, David Matranga, Lucy Christian. It's just got Emily Neves. It's just got a cast of heavy hitters, and it is. I know a while back I talked about how proud I was of F Tale of Memories, F Tale of Melodies, and how proud I was of shows like Book of Bantora. I am just as proud of these shows that that are coming out right now as I am of those. Based on the caliber of the animation, based on the storyline, what it does to an audience, and based on the performance of my actors, which are just stunning. They just floored me.
Wow, powerful. So you also did some directing on Mysterious Girlfriend X, the series. Tell us about this title.
Okay, Mysterious Girlfriend X, I'm going to give it to you the way it was given to me, is about a couple who are connected through the power of their drool. I love that face. That's what everybody does. And it seems really gross when you think about it, but it is very funny. It's very interesting. Yes, you have the drool aspect. But the thing that I like about this show is that most anime, I'm going to talk to your camera now. Most anime is boy meets girl, boy falls in love with girl, and then spends the entire series trying to get girl to notice him. That's the way a lot of anime works. In this episode, about partway through episode 1, the girl says, okay, we're boyfriend and girlfriend. And so the rest of the anime is all of the other things that happen, in relationship, and some of the jealousy and stuff like, and it really is unique. And as Josh Greeley, who has the lead in it, said, the drool element kind of takes on an almost mythic quality. It's like a mystic quality, because you can, if you're seriously connected to someone, their drool, you can tell how they're feeling or what they're thinking and it's a really interesting concept. And it's phenomenal. Josh Greeley is playing the lead, and Josh is always wonderful. There's a fairly new actress, or she's not new, she's been around a year, but it's her first full-blown lead, named Genevieve Simmons, and she is so much fun and so funny in the role. The character is almost a tsundere character, which are the girls that are cold but are in love with you. She manages to take a tsundere character like that, and it's a whole new take on it. It's really wonderful. So I'm very, very proud of everybody in that show.
That sounds wonderful. Are there any other upcoming titles you want the fans to know about?
Yes, because I can finally talk about it this weekend. I just got clearance from the studio. That's why there are no questions on this. I just recently finished a show called Another. Yes, I finished another anime. No, it was so funny because it was like another episode 1, another episode 2, another budget, because the show is called Another. It is, and the story is not, but I describe it as the final destination of anime. It is violent, it is bloody, and I'll just say, all bets are off as to who lives and who dies. It is not death coming for people. It is and it isn't, and I don't want to give away too much because the plot line is phenomenal. It's a slow build, like a lot of Japanese horror is, and that's what I like. They didn't try to emulate the American horror style and jump straight to the gore. You've got several episodes where you're really getting to know these characters and this situation, but once the blood starts, once the people start to die, you go, oh my God. I'm so excited about the show, and it'll be out in the middle of the summer. It'll be out in the midsummer, so it's I'm very excited. I can't wait for people to see it.
Oh yeah, I think we're all looking forward to that.
You will love it.
All right, do you have a last minute, just a last message for fans?
Absolutely. Just thank you guys so much for coming out to the shows, for buying the anime, for either buying it on DVD or digital download or what is it, Netflix, or Hulu. They're all on places like that. And thank you guys so much for watching, because really, if you guys didn't, then it would seriously hurt the industry in Japan, which would seriously hurt the industry in America. And I don't say that because I work for the studio. I don't say that, any sort of money thing, because I work in anime, which means I don't make money. I say that because I love the art form. I genuinely love the art form that anime brings, and I want to see it going on for a long, long time. Aside from that, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching anime on location. It's always good to come back here and get to hang out with my friends for a few minutes. So thank you guys for having me out again.
So this has been Arielle with Chris Ayres for Anime on Location, and stay classy, Anime Central.